Hyundai had the first presentation of the Ioniq 6 in Norway today, and I was so lucky to get invited. I had two questions to begin with. Number one, how does the Ioniq 6 look like in practice? I had only seen pictures so far, but there's often a different impression when you actually see the car. And the second question is, can it really compete with, for example, a Tesla Model 3? Here are my impressions. And there I saw the Ioniq 6 for the very first time in real life. I saw it only on photos so far, but it looks much better in real life. It really screams streamlined efficiency if you see it. All the details look like premium, especially these front lights here with the matrix elements, a bit similar to the Ioniq 5, but still different. It looks really nice. I was very positively surprised. And then of course when you see the rear, there I wasn't quite sure whether I should like it or not, but in reality it looks actually really nice. On the photos it looks somehow weird in my opinion, but when you see the car standing there, the rear part looks really good actually, especially when these braking lights are on. And when you also look at the details here, they are very finely designed with these red pixel elements, looked absolutely fantastic. The trunk of course has an electric opening and closing button, and then also on top you see some more pixel elements. The size of the trunk however seems to be a little bit small. I couldn't test it. It could also be that it simply just looks like it. I mean you get into big suitcases, but of course the Ioniq 5 obviously has more space. It also has a frunk in the front, a smaller one. I guess this was actually the four-wheel drive model. It might be a bit bigger in the rear drive model, but I'm not 100% sure, so that needs to be checked further. The wheels look also good. These are the 20-inch ones. There are also 18-inch wheels that have even better fuel efficiency or energy efficiency. But the rear part is, I think, really the highlight of this car, although I started to wonder a bit how to wash it. At least when you drive into an automatic washing, it might be a bit difficult to get it clean. Taking a look at the inside of the car, the interior, this model here came with white leather seats. They again look very similar to the seats that are in the Ioniq 5. The whole inside area looked a little bit smaller than in the Ioniq 5, but still quite roomy. So again, everything seems to be quite premium. I really like the materials on the door and so on when I touched it. Of course it is, I think, plastic in some parts, but it feels actually really good. And I like the very clean design. There's not so many fancy things. Everything is very clear and simple. And of course there's this highlight, the digital mirror on the driver's side that displays the picture inside. This is how it looks like in the rear. Also plenty of leg room there, and also a power outlet that you cannot see under the seats. If you're not that high, you should be able to comfortably sit in the back as well. The seats here are all leather, very nice, and I think easier to clean, especially if you have children. They felt really fantastic, very good. To sum up an overall impression of the Ioniq 6, I must say it's a really nice car. It looks very nice in reality. I didn't like it so much actually when I looked at the photos, but when you see it, it looks really nice. It looks efficient, so you see already through this streamlined form that it will not use a lot of energy, which is actually quite useful, especially in a time like now when the electricity prices are quite high. So you can see it's really kind of made to be efficient. Second of all, besides the looks, it has of course also the 800 volt charging technology, which means you can always charge fast. Basically, it has also battery preconditioning, and we know from before that Hyundai can build very nice electric cars. The seats look comfortable and the materials look actually very good when you touch and feel it. So I think it is a really nice car. Can it be a real competitor to the Tesla Model 3? Judging from the outside that I saw today, it is definitely a car that could become a real competitor to the Tesla Model 3. Depends a bit also what people like, whether you like the Tesla and mainly also the software, or whether you're more on the Hyundai side. So I think it will definitely become a bestseller, and both cars are very comparable. The only thing that remains now is actually to see how the car really drives in the real world, especially also in winter. So that will be very interesting to have a test drive, for example, and see how it feels, and for example, how the differences are to the Ioniq 5. So that is something I look forward to.